Hello, I'm Courtney, what's up, and welcome to Book Talk, and today I'm going to be talking about Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Dellaira. I'm sorry if I'm saying her name wrong, but I just finished this book, literally. I just read like the last 20 pages, and oh my gosh, this book, what even? I loved it so much. I liked it better than I expected to, because, you know, it's about a girl who writes letters to dead people, so that doesn't seem like the type of book I would really like. But this book moved me and touched me in a way, a book that's never touched me before, besides Percy Jackson. That's a whole different thing. But this book there's something about it where I just love it. I love it so much. It was wonderful. And if you don't know what this book is about, it is about a girl named Laurel, and and on her first day of high school in her English class, her teacher gives her this assignment to write a letter to a dead person, and this whole book is told through letters to famous dead celebrities, and it was really interesting to read a book through the point of view of a letter to a dead person, because like books aren't told through letters, and I found that really interesting, and I really like this book. I gave it 5 stars, and I give it like a 98%. It's one of my favorite books I've read this year, and I loved it. If you haven't read this yet, I highly recommend it. It's wonderful, and I loved it. This book was amazing. So if you have not read this yet, and you do not want to be spoiled, I will leave now because I'm about to go into a spoily discussion. So bye, not spoily people. Okay, so Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Dellaira. Okay, so our main character, Laurel. I've never related to a character so well before, because usually in books, the main character is never my age. They're either 16 or older. They're somewhere around there, but they're never 14, my age. It's just like, it was so nice to read a character who was my age and who was a freshman, because I'm a freshman, so I understood what she was going through starting high school and stuff. I understood just everything she went through, and also making new friends, because I know what it's like to have to make new friends. I've moved before, and I just understood her. I understood her character and what she was going through, and just, Laurel, I loved you. I really do. I do really love her a lot. And there were some points in the book where I was kind of like, oh, how about you tell us what happened? But, you know, that's okay, because she did tell us, and I understood why she didn't want to say anything, and she did give clues. I really liked how she told things, like, it was like told in clues, and then in the end, we find out everything, and I really liked that. And then we have Sky. I like Sky. I didn't like him when he was with Francesca, but overall I really liked him. I thought he was really interesting, and I understand why he broke up with her. Like, I was mad at him, but at the same time, I was like, I understand why he broke up with her, because she wasn't saying anything. She was crying all the time, because, just because, and he didn't know what to do. So that was completely understandable, and I forgave him. Like, I wasn't really mad at him. Now, I was mad when he got with Francesca. I was just like, really? Are you kidding me? You are in love with her, and look what you were doing. But yeah, I wasn't really mad at him, which is weird, because usually in books, if they break up, if characters break up, like, I get really upset. But with him, I wasn't upset, which was really weird. But yeah, I really liked him. And also Hannah and Natalie, I really liked them. And guys, I felt so bad for Natalie, because she was in love with Hannah, but Hannah was making out with guys all the time, and I was just like, Hannah, don't you realize she's in love with you? And they made out before too, but still, Hannah would date those guys, and I was just like, are you kidding me? But I really like them. Also like Tristan and Christian. Oh my gosh, their names rhyme. I really like them. There was this one part in the book where Tristan was talking to Laurel and he gave her advice about the wolf in that scene. I really liked what he said right there. I was just like, preach. I liked everyone in this book. I really didn't hate anyone except for the mom, because the mom just kind of left and went out to California, and I was just like, that didn't really make sense to me. And when the mom came back, I really didn't want her to come back because everything was going so well, and I was just like, when the mom comes back, it's kind of just gonna ruin what's happening. So don't get me wrong, I'm glad she did, but like, I really wish she didn't come back, because I think things would have been better if the mom never did come back. Okay, so I'm trying to think. All the people she wrote letters to, I knew who they were, but like, I don't listen to their music, or I haven't seen movies with them, but now I really want to. Now I'm just like, I got to research and watch their movies and listen to the music. I didn't know Amelia Earhart. I'm a huge Amelia Earhart fan. I love the mystery of her, and I love her. I actually have a biography of her that I haven't read yet that I got in Washington. It was in one of my book hauls. Okay. I'm trying to think. I read this book in like 3 days, so this is kind of all blur. I flew through this book. I flew through it. I loved it. I loved this book so much. Guys, I loved it. I loved it. Everything about it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know what to talk about. Okay, so her sister May's dead, right? And throughout the whole book, we're getting clues on what happened. And when the first clue was like, they were at the park, and then just May fell off. That was her first clue, and I was just like, oh my gosh, May fell off, like she committed suicide, oh my gosh. And the next clue was the movies. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we had been told before that May and her would go to the movies, and she would meet up with Paul, but then we get this flashback to the first time this happens. They go to the movies, Paul and that guy named Billy's there, and May's like, okay, you're gonna stay with Billy, and you two are gonna watch Aladdin. And May and Paul leave. Billy and Laurel go into his car, and then he rapes her. He rapes Laurel, and then they do this every time they have a movie night, and then when she gets older, he does it. They do it in the car, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I've never felt so bad for a character before. Like, it was just like, oh my gosh. And also with Hannah, because Jason, her brother, abuses her with because she had the fake bruise, but then she rubbed off her makeup, and it was actually a real bruise, and I was just like, oh my gosh, and oh my gosh, I was just like, no way, and I felt so bad for Laurel. I was just like, I can't believe you got raped. That was so sad and depressing, and also with Hannah, and just, oh, speaking of Hannah, I'm really glad her and Natalie are together. Just like, oh my gosh, the party, okay, what happened? Oh my gosh, Laurel opened the door to the bathroom. Hannah and Natalie are making out. Then she just leaves and goes with Sky, and then they're all mad at each other, and I was just like, no, what's happening? And just, that was crazy, and how Evan did stuff to her. I was just like, no, and just Sky saved the day, and I was just like, thank you, Sky, for saving the day. And just, there was, this book, I knew it was going to be depressing, but it was so more depressing than I thought it was going to be, and just like, I'm like really now depressed, and just, oh my gosh, Aunt Amy, oh my gosh, I didn't really like her that much, but then at the end, I found a new respect for her, and now I really like Aunt Amy, and I like how the last letter, not the epilogue letter, but the last one, she writes it to all the celebrities and she gives the notebook to her teacher. I was just like, oh my gosh. So it's this whole notebook and I really liked that. And then the epilogue, oh, it's just, oh my gosh, the epilogue. Oh my gosh, her and Sky are back together and I was just like, yes, because I really like them together. And they go scatter her ashes in the river where she died. And she reads the poem that she dedicated to May, because the epilogue is a letter written to May, and I was just so excited because I wanted to see Laurel write a letter to May, and I just really, really liked that. And the poem she wrote to her was so nice, and I really liked the end. I really liked this book. I loved it. I really, truly did. And this is one of my favorite books I've read this year. I'm going to talk about it in my 2015 favorites. When that happens in December, you will see that book in this list. You will see it. But, yeah, those are my overall thoughts. I'm sorry they're really scattered, because, like, I just finished this, and I read it in 3 days, so my mind's kind of like a blur. And, yeah, those are my feels. I really love this book, and it touched me in a way a book never really has touched me besides Percy Jackson. But yeah, those are my overall thoughts. Please share your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you overall think of this book? What was your favorite scene? All the scenes were my favorite except for the sad ones. I really like the scene. Oh, I like the scene at the end when they burnt all the stuff in the fire. I really liked that. And if you like this book talk, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to watch more book talks in the future, you can click the subscribe button down below. And yeah, I'm Courtney, and I will see you all next time with a new video up soon, so bye!